Hey, this is Rich over at TVP Live with another quick tips tutorials brought to you by Adobe Photoshop Elements Tutorials Group. And let's jump right in with today's poster. Wanted to know how to recreate this harp poem on wood background. The only difference was they wanted to have a dual heart. So we're going to do something similar. We had made a tutorial in the past on how to do this. If you need the poem to be legible and read it all the way across and have it be one poem, we did that using a guitar as a background. In this case, we're going to make the letters nondescript because it's going to be cut off by two hearts. And that way it doesn't matter what it says as long as it's got text in the background and it's part of a poem. We're going to start by grabbing a background. So I went online and found some wood, and that's going to be here in this project here. And this was similarly that it was light colored wood. It's kind of darker around the edges. It looks great. Text will look great on top of this. Next, let's bring in the actual text. So what we want to do is on the notepad, I copied a long form poem from the internet and saved it here on notepad, and I'm going to basically highlight the whole thing, right click and hit copy. Now let's bring elements back and let's go ahead and paste that here on a new layer, but it'll automatically create a new layer. As soon as I hit text, I could left click here and click paste, but it'll make the text really long. We don't want it to be long, we want it to fill out this page. How do we do that? By creating a text box. How do we do that? We take this cursor and hold down the left mouse button on the upper left and drag it down to the bottom right. As soon as I let go, it's going to create a text box that we can type within that box. I'll click here to make the cursor come to the very top here. Now I see this is at Bakersfield at 10 point. Let's bring that size up to about 40 points. And we want the color to be black. And click that again so that it registers those changes. And as soon as I hit right click and hit paste, our text is going to be brought in. But now we got to make it into a hearts. How do we do that? We're going to cut the hearts out of the text. So we have to change the text from actual text into a graphic. And all we got to do is come over here to the text box up here and choose it. We can right click and say simplify layer. That changes it from a text box into a graphics box. So as soon as I hit simplify layer, there's no way that I can type any more text because it's been changed into a photograph. It's been changed into a graphic. And that's the difference between text and simplifying. So now we can actually cut it out into shapes. So let's go ahead and create the heart shapes. We're going to create a new layer above that. And let's go over here to the shapes tool. Come down here, and as you can see, we got all kinds of tools down here. We choose the heart as our first tool, and all we got to do is come up here and let's, with the left mouse button, draw us a heart. Now you can see the outline. You can squish it or make it really wide, do whatever size you want. And as soon as I let go, it's going to fill in with whatever color I had here in the color fill box. So I'm going to use the grabber tool and I can move that heart wherever I want. But in our case, the poster wanted a dual heart. So I'm going to do is hold the Alt button, left click, and just drag a new heart. And there we go. We got two hearts. And we can place it side by side. I'm going to do it kind of nice and do it down here like that and offset them just a little bit. That looks nice right around there. Now what we want to do is marry these two hearts together. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to right click, and guess what? I can't merge down because the hearts are effects. We want to change them into photographs or graphics, similarly that we did with the text. So all we have to do is come up here, right click, and hit simplify layer. Do that to the next one, simplify layer. Now I can go to the top one and merge it down, and now they're both one piece. And I could take that one piece and make them smaller or make them bigger. So now that we got the hearts to the size that we want them, now we want to do is cut the text out to the same shape of the hearts. I'm going to hit OK here. So what we want to do is delete the letters everywhere beyond the shape of the hearts. How do we do that? Let's go ahead and choose the actual hearts. I'm going to grab the magic tool and set the tolerance here to 50%. I'll click in here, and now you see the jaggedy marching ants. It shows the shape of the hearts. But that's not what we want to delete. We want to delete everything beyond the hearts. I'm going to right click and hit select inverse. This is going to select everything else but the hearts. As soon as I left click it, now the jaggedy lines are along the edge and they're along the hearts. So it shows everything else but the hearts. So I'm going to turn off the hearts and I'm going to choose the text layer. And now when I hit delete, boom, it deleted everything else that we chose but the hearts, but on the text layer. And now all we got to do is go back to our original hearts, grab our title sequence here, drag it over to our current project, and let's go ahead and just drag the bottom right corner here, and we can drag this as big as we want. Smack right here in the middle, and there we go. And that's pretty much it. It's really quick and simple to do. That's it for this tutorial. This is Rich, calling it quits, saying over and out.